Thursday afternoon chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, please put your paws together unless you're driving for a first-timer on the show, Blessing. I have been saying Offor.
You correct.
Okay.
You're correct, yes.
Because when first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
It is great to have you. People are clapping from Atlanta to South Florida.
Woo.
Because when you first came out with Brighter Days, those of us on the air somebody had told us Offor.
Oh.
It was even written phonetically on our computer screen. Hey, this is how you pronounce it.
Surely that was not my guys.
Somebody came along later and was like, I heard him saying his own name in an interview, and he said Offor. So
He might know his name.
and then a month later, I see Brighter Days written on our screen, and it said Brighter Days, and I'm like, what? Who has something against Blessing right now? Because they're trying to hijack his
Who
whole
is
career.
sabotaging this?
His name, his songs, everything is about to. No, it is great to have you. We're gonna just plow in here, okay?
I love it.
You lost your sight at.
Ongoing process. Funny story. I don't know if it's a funny story.
Yeah, we Wikipedia'd it. It's not.
But like in hindsight, it's a little morbidly funny.
Mm.
So I was born with glaucoma. So I didn't have vision in my left eye. Lost the vision in my right eye between like 10, 11-ish, kind of pre-teenish, when I got shot in the eye with a water gun. And only in hindsight and because of God is that even remotely funny now, because you're like, what a freak accident.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? So here we are.
Yeah, but hey, I forgot to tell you. I usually lead the interviews off with this, but there's a green screen behind you.
Love it.
And I'm going to give you a chance to pick your background so that when we share some of these clips on socials, they're going to see whatever you choose.
Like
so I'm going to give you
an aspect of my personality.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of them is not a water gun fight.
See,
too
that's
far.
weirdly funny.
Too far. But you went there first, so I joined you.
You have permission now.
Okay, so do you want Times Square? We've also got a DMV setting.
God. Oh, God.
Or Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado.
So my favorite city, Purgatory, or my favorite amphitheater.
Yeah.
Ooh, tough choices.
Oh, I thought you meant New York as Purgatory. You meant DMV. Okay, sorry.
I kind of meant DMV.
So you're going to go with which one?
I'm going to go with any but DMV.
Okay.
Yeah, so, Red Rocks, I played for the first time with Tomlin.
Oh, nice.
And New York, I spent years in. So I'm partial to either.
All right, let's go Red Rocks.
Let's go Red
Nobody's
Rocks.
chosen that. I'm going to clap my hands and
Make it happen.
Alex is going to. Here we go. Oh,
Magic.
it is.
You're not just lying to me like it happened.
No. It's really a Circle K, but he doesn't know. So.
Oh my God, I love you guys. If you guys tell me it's a Circle K, I'll be really upset.
Okay. Let's a song. I will go ahead and say this. Possibly our biggest song we've played of the year so far is Brighter Days.
Woo.
That's not based on charts or data. That's me gut. As I've heard all the songs we've been playing throughout the year, Brighter Days just about has made us sound the best, I would say, as a radio station in 2022. So I've never had you on, so I'd just love to be able to have just talk about it. I'm sure a story you've told to 1,000 radio stations, but
I don't mind a bit.
Okay.
Honestly, Brighter Days, for me, is only meaningful because it's honest about darker times. Do you know what I mean? The only way Brighter Days doesn't sound like almost an unfair pulling at someone's heartstrings for no reason is if you're honest about the journey you've been on before you get to the brighter days or before you even anticipate the hope of a maybe brighter day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's only made palatable because you have to say ashes fall from burning dreams.
Yeah.
Because you've never been through times like these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the honesty about where you're coming from makes the joy of where you're going not feel like a thing you need to go to the dentist and remove cavities for. You know what I mean? So that I love that song. Yeah. And we've been super blessed that it's kind of made its way into the mainstream world. on a bunch of TV and sync and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's only further evidence that the world, more than we even realize, is looking for hope.
In front of you, Blessing, is sort of a bingo. It's got
The machine.
I don't know, like 100 tiny little marbles with numbers on them.
Can I do this?
Yes, go ahead and give it a spin. There, each number is tied to a question on my screen here.
Ready?
And then I'm gonna grab
do it again.
give it a good go.
There we go.
There we go.
Right there.
Let me grab one here for you. These are all tied to random questions just to get you and I talking about random things here. Blessing, let's go. This is N32. Let's go with how would you have done as a spy if your country needed you and they're like, we need you, we're sending you to Romania, we need intel. How would you have done?
Well, I'm going to Old Testament this and say God sent like some really cool guys to spy on the Canaanites. So I'm just going to rely on God to make that work.
Yeah.
So I would have done great is my point.
Well,
that's what I'm going to go with.
Let's take this deep for a second. Your hearing is probably phenomenal.
Quite superb.
And so I heard somebody talking the other day back in the 60s where Russia and the US were like spying on each other and stuff like that. They spent over $20 million to put this gadget in the back of a cat's head.
Oh my.
And they set the cat kind of loose in a park where these diplomats were supposed to be hanging.
Whoa.
20 mil,
Oh
which
my
sounds
God.
like that money's going somewhere else.
Right.
What is it? The cat's free.
Right. I mean, that cat's probably chasing something.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, when they went to go do the spy thing, the cat ran out in the street and got hit by a cab.
Boom. Ironic.
This
But
is a
appropriate.
true story. So I'm thinking, somebody who doesn't have their sight being a spy, you've already got superpowers.
Listen, they could have given me like $15 and I would have set up a guitar in a case and played songs while listening to any conversation they wanted.
Yeah.
And we would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that wasn't America, right? Because America could have saved a lot of money.
Yeah. Again, it's like, do they really pay $1 million for a hammer for this project?
God.
And yeah, that's going somewhere. Funding Area 51. That's how that happened. Yeah. You're on a new song we've been playing from Toby Mac called The Goodness. Did he approach you? How did that all work out?
So it's funny, my music journey, first with Chris and then with Toby Mac, and it's like my collaborations have been just like godsends. There is another one happening that's with another very well-known artist, but I'll hold on to that one.
Okay.
But I've been just super blessed. I got this song and it was like, hey, Toby wants to know if you jump on a verse.
Yeah.
And I didn't even listen to the song. I was like, wait, are we talking about Mac?
Or McGuire.
Yeah. So yeah, the actor, because he sings now.
Is a Spider-Man 4 coming?
So I was like, either way, just say yes and let me listen to the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, this song's amazing because, again, for various heartbreaking reasons, Toby can speak of the goodness of God with such genuine empathy and reality and truth. There's this, I'm gonna be a nerd. Most people, it's funny because artists are supposed to be cool. I pretend I'm cool and somehow you guys believe it. But here's the real nerd in me. There's an Algerian French philosopher named Albert Camus. Oh my God. You're losing listenership as we speak. And he has this really great quote. He says, grief hews a canyon so that joy may overflow it.
Oh, wow.
Right? Grief, I think it says carves. Grief carves a canyon so that joy may overflow it. And so because of that reality, when you hear Toby Mac sing The Goodness, that is a man who is speaking from a place where I can only imagine, I don't mean to speak for him, grief had carved such a cavern, such a canyon, but God in his goodness has overflown it or overflowed.
That's really good.
With-
You're asking the wrong guy.
with just the truest, purest joy.
Yeah.
And so that song, it's fun and all this stuff. And for me, anyway, I think the more fun you can make something, obviously the better. But then when people get to dig into it and really see the truth in it,
Right.
but yet they're still having fun, it's just like, it's the best of everything. And
Yeah.
that song makes me happy on a surface level and just on a heart level because I believe him.
You're right.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. Let me be honest for a second, Blessing, as if I've been dishonest
You
with you for the
liar.
past. Everything you've heard before this has been completely dishonest. No, a lot of times we get a newer artist that we start playing. I'm like, yeah, it's a good song, but we probably won't hear from them again. But like as Brighter Day started to become one of our biggest songs of the year, it's like, okay, this guy's about to become a staple. So you can't let me down now that I've said that.
God, I hope not.
Let's in front of you is and by the way, if you're seeing any of these clips online, Blessing has chosen Red Rocks as a backdrop on the green screen.
The green screen.
That would have been if you chose DMV.
Yes.
That would have been a green screen. Yeah, so all those little marbles inside of that bingo are tied to a random question on my phone here. If you want to give it a spin.
Oh, I would be delighted. All right. Okay, here we go. Nice, healthy spin. I told you I like spinning things.
Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. C14. This works out perfect because as somebody, I actually love that this fell to you because this would, for somebody who does not have their sight, I think you're going to give a perspective on this question.
Come on.
What part of Earth amazes you the most?
Okay, so little backstory. So born blind in my left eye. I could see very well till I was like 10. So, caveat. So when people hear me talking about beautiful things, they're gonna be like, "He's lying. He's not blind at all." It's funny. I find joy in like some of the most mundane things, and I don't know why, but I always have I have this. I live in Nashville. I have this balcony off my apartment, and I have this like little bistro table. I sit at it with coffee first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And there is a tree with birds, the cliche birds. Yeah. And the birds are nice. I actually hate birds, truth be told.
Yeah, so do I. I actually don't think they're real.
Loathe birds completely. But their singing is beautiful.
Yeah.
But even more so, there's a once in a while you get like a breeze, and it's not a heavy breeze, but it's just like this like tickle on your skin, right? And I had this thought. I thought that breeze has been all around the world, and it like blew my mind, right? Yeah. Like that breeze has gone across the world to get to me. Yeah, And then I think of just like imagine that it's gone to Asia, it's been to Africa, it's been to Latin America, everywhere in the world, and it met me right there first thing in the morning.
You are a writer, aren't you?
And that's God. And I love that. And like, you think about like everything declares the glory, right?
Yeah.
So that breeze on my skin lets me know that somebody really built this world to care about me so much that I could experience a slight pleasure like a breeze on your skin. And that, man, that's it.
Do you have a beautiful picture? Are there a couple of beautiful pictures of Nigeria that will stay in your mind forever?
Oh, forever. We're actually hoping to go back. Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. We're hoping to go back, hopefully this top of this, I can't talk, Christmas-ish. Yeah. Christmas, New Year, God willing. My favorite memory of home is waking up during the holidays, actually. And literally, so I grew up in a town called Owerri, right? And we would go back for Christmas to where like our grandparents lived, like back in the literal villages, right? Yeah. And so we would all wake up and we would all go sit around the fire and be cooking breakfast. Yeah. And it was just this like communal thing. And it was not city at all. It was like woods around you. It was like the real, you know? And there's just like this peace. You know what I mean? I'm sure, hopefully, y'all have heard Tin Roof, and it's the same place that you would be listening to Rain on a Tin Roof. And it's just, that image, that not even an image, more of a feeling of simple contentment is what I think being rich is about.
Yeah,
you know?
Gosh, that's a great perspective, because in your mind, Christmas is tied to woods, cooking, probably
family.
hottest fire, right? Are you below the equator there? Yeah.
But it's funny because winter there, when it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, they're like, oh, it's chilly.
Yeah.
We should really bundle up.
Yeah.
So it's
just so crazy that like I'm on the other side of the world in the Seattle area growing up, where it was everything was about cheap presents under the tree. A couple of songs and breakfast and raining outside. You're on the other side of the world, and yours has to do with woods, community,
fire,
like two completely different.
But you know what?
Yeah.
All saying Jesus was born, which is the mind-blowing part. You know what I mean? Like my parents would say to us, okay, you get 2 gifts. You get one gift of your choice, which for me, you know, me and my siblings was probably a toy. Yeah. And then you get something my parents chose. So like those were our gifts. So it wasn't until I came to America that Christmas really became about
material,
right? Back home, Christmas was like, all right, we're all the family get together. Yeah. Like even the family, you know, that were like Muslims, they'd come around for Christmas, you know what I mean? And it was just about togetherness. There'd be a feast, you know, and that for me has always been Christmas.
Awesome. Let's before you go, let's hit the what do we call it? The bingo ball of random questions.
Let's go. One more time.
I need a better name than that.
I'll help you write one.
Yeah. All right. Every marble in here has a number tied to a question.
I'm going counterclockwise this time.
Oh boy.
Spice it up a little bit.
All right. Here we go. M13. Blessing, describe your relationship with restaurant waiters, the good and the bad. What are the things that drive you nuts? What are the things that you, maybe some habits you have that you find yourself doing with, you know, when somebody waits on you?
You guys, I'm a firm believer in kill them with kindness, right?
Yeah.
So when I meet a waiter, I'm immediately like, what's your name? Where do you come from? Why are you here? Are you tired of waiting on me yet?
Try my salad.
Do you want some of my food? Do you want me to leave you my leftovers? Like I just immediately make friends with them because, and then I deliberately go, what's your favorite on this menu? And they'll tell me a thing and I'm like, okay, great. That's what you're supposed to say. What's your real favorite?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try to like, anywhere I am, I just try to make friends with the staff.
Okay.
And it has generally served me well. So that's the pro tip.
Yeah.
There are some people that are just not having good days.
Right.
And, you know, you'll be like super friendly and they'll give you monotone answers and you'll be like, okay, not today. Cool.
Yeah.
No worries. I'm not offended. And then you'll be like, just tell me what to order so I don't make you more mad.
Yeah.
And then you just go with it. And that's okay too.
Right. It was great to have you on. Anybody that sees any of these clips on socials, it's going to be Red Rocks behind us. We are, and I don't say this to every artist, but we are so looking forward to future songs just blowing us away here at the Joy FM.
God is good. Keep me in your prayers.
Yes.
We're working very hard behind the scenes to bring y'all all of those songs.
Yes.
And to quietly take over the world.
Awesome.
That's all we're here for.
Glad I could help in the efforts of world domination. Blessing.
The Thursday afternoon chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.